بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm back with another video and it's about quantity expressions. I hope it's going to be very informative for you and you will like it, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if it really helps you out. So, quantity expressions or expressions of quantity basically tell us how many or how much of something there is. Like, in simple words, we can say that quantity expressions are the words that tell us the quantity of something or the amount of something. And there are different words, there are different categories of food and drinks and so on, and we can use different words, different expressions to describe their quantity or their amount. For example, if you can see in this slide, you can compare these two sentences. Like the first one is, we get a little rain in spring. So the word little over here is explaining the quantity of rain, and that is telling us that we get a little rain, not much rain. Similarly, if you read the second sentence, it says, many people live in London. So the word many is a expression of quantity, and the word people is a noun. So the word many is describing people. So we get to know that there are a lot of people who live in London. So this is how quantity expressions help us to tell us the quantity, the amount of uncountable nouns as well as countable nouns. So for your further understanding, over here in this slide, I have organized some categories that are of food, drink, and other measurements, and some other categories like how you can express the quantity or the amount of some uncountable nouns and countable nouns. As we all know that it's very easy to express the quantity or the amount of countable nouns, right? We can also express them in numbers as well. But when it comes to express the quantity of uncountable nouns, we can get some confusion, we can get some difficulty, right? So here are, I have divided them into different categories, and you can read them in detail. Like when it comes to food, you can describe it as a slice of bread, a bar of chocolate, similarly a piece of fruit, a loaf of bread. So and important thing is here that you can use one quantity expression with more than one nouns, right? More than one countable nouns or one uncountable nouns, right? If similarly, if you can see the another column that is of drink, over here you can see you can represent milk, water, or juice with a quantity expression of a glass, right? A glass of milk or water or juice. Similarly, we can also say a can of juice, a bottle of oil, a bottle of juice. Similarly, a cup of tea or coffee. Similarly, a bowl of soup, a jar of jam, a tin of Coke, a bucket of water. So this is how you can talk or mention the quantity or the amount of liquid things. Similarly, if we want to talk about the measurements of something, like sugar is also uncountable noun. So you can also say a kilo of sugar or kg of sugar. And a dozen of bananas, a liter of water, an hour of exercise, a bit of exercise or food. And then you can also some other items like or things in a way, like an item of clothing, a game of football, a piece of advice, or a piece of furniture or technology, and so on and so forth. So Here is some more information that we use a little with non-countable or uncountable nouns like rain, snow, pollution, etc. We cannot use a little with countable nouns, right? Similarly, we use many with uncountable nouns like people, cars, chairs, etc. We cannot use many with countable nouns. So, again, we can say there are some words or there are some quantity expression that can only be used with before uncountable nouns, and there are also some expressions of quantity that can only be used before countable nouns. And again, the third point and the last point is that there are some quantity expression that can be used with both countable and countable nouns. Now let's see them and discuss them in the coming slides. So here are some more examples of quantity expressions. Like for the countable nouns, you can say there are not any biscuits left. Similarly, for the uncountable, you can also use the word any. There isn't any water in the sink. Similarly, the word no can also be used with both countable and uncountable nouns or non-countable nouns, like there are no animals in the park or there is no money in my purse. Then word some can also be used with both countable and uncountable nouns, like some children play here on the weekend. There is some smoke coming from that house. So the word smoke is again an uncountable noun, right? But children is a countable noun since we can use some with both of these nouns. Then comes a lot of. A lot of can be also used with both uncountable and countable nouns, like she has a lot of dogs, there's a lot of traffic today. Similarly, we have another word that is lots of, and it can also be used with both of uncountable nouns and countable nouns. For example, lots of women work here. She made us lots of coffee. Then we have another word that is plenty of, and it can also be used with both countable and uncountable nouns, like there are plenty of bottles in the fridge. There is plenty of information in report. So here is the last slide, and the word most can also be used again with both countable and uncountable nouns. For example, she keeps most of her books in the shelf. We spend the most time on the project. Then we have the last but not the least, that is all. Countable. Who ate all the apples? Jennifer is one with all the experience, right? So these are some of the examples that can be expressions of quantity that can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns, right? I hope you all have understood the lesson, and if you have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section. So, my dear audience, I hope you liked my today's lecture, and if you want me to give you a lecture on any other topic, you can suggest me in the comment section. And if you like my video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give us a thumbs up.